Hello, this is Felix. Welcome to our show. Who's calling?
This is Conrad Karl from Rockaway.
Hey.
Conrad, good to hear you.
Nice to hear from you, too.
We've been publicizing the restaurant, and I leave it up to you to really talk up exactly the menu, what you offer, and just discuss businesses coming back in the Rockaway area, if you don't mind.
Sure, no problem. Well, prior to the storm, which, as most people will recall, tomorrow was the one-year anniversary of Sandy. And being in the Rockaways, prior to the storm, my wife and I had decided to open up a restaurant. My wife's from Uzbekistan, and they have a really wonderful cuisine there. And we had made the decision, really it's been in the planning stages for about 2 years. But because of the storm, the space that we really wanted to occupy for the restaurant became available. And, so we, moved our plan forward and opened up July 23rd. And it's called Uma's Restaurant, or just Uma's, actually. And we're at 9207 Rockaway Beach Boulevard in Rockaway Beach. And we're part of a broader scheme of what's going on in Rockaway. There's a real revival going on in Rockaway with new restaurants, new wine bars, and just more options for people on the Rockaway Peninsula.
Can we put you on hold for 1 second, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Hi, calling Trucking to Heaven. Who's calling us?
Hi, it's Lily from Mountain Rockaway, from Rockaway Rising.
Yes, hi, Lily. I tell you what, could you call back in about 10 minutes? We have another caller, Uma's Restaurant at on Rockaway Beach Boulevard.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
I heard it was a big success, by the way.
Phenomenal.
Great. We'll talk about it in about 10 or 15. Thank you.
Okie doke. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
You there?
Conrad? Oh, my goodness.
No, I think we've lost Conrad. All right. So we're going to have to call him back. Conrad.
Call on hold. Press that. See what happens.
Resume call. Conrad.
Yes.
Oh, good. We thought we lost you.
Oh, no, I'm still here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, I think I was saying that, we're part of a broader movement in Rockaway whereby there are new restaurants and new venues opening up. And really, collectively as a community, we're really trying to become, the best urban beach area in the United States. And I think it's something we really could achieve.
Well, we have the title of the show down as The Renaissance of the Rockaways, and this certainly goes along with that. Sort of Rockaway becoming more gentrified, if possible, as they did in Long Beach prior to Sandy. I think that would be great. I remember my days in Rockaway, and many places closed, but it would be great if after the storm we see this renaissance and rebirth of restaurants and little shops, much like yours and your wife's.
Yes, we're one of about 3 or 4 that have opened this summer, including the Playland Motel, which has 2 restaurants in it and a bar. And, they're getting a crowd coming out from the city in the summer. They are open now, in the off-season.
Where are they located?
Well, they're located at 97th Street on Beach 97th Street in Rockaway Beach Boulevard.
And they are open year-round now?
They are. They make really great pizza. And my friend Whitney Aycock is the chef there, and he's creating some just great pizza, some of the best I've ever had.
Well, typical New Yorker that I am, all you have to do is mention pizza and my Grandma Lena's cooking, and you've got me.
Right. Well, that's one thing that opened, and really, there's a lot of the businesses. We're really trying to create a restaurant row from, I would say, Beach 100th Street down to around Beach 87th Street. And so a couple of other venues that have opened, or bars that are open. One is called Sarah's Wine Bar, and it's run by my friends Patrick and Rashida. And it's a beautiful wine bar where they have wine and beer. And it was really hand-built by my friend Patrick. And it's really a beautiful place with a really nice outdoor space as well.
Well, it sounds like you're a bunch of young entrepreneurs really trying to make a go of it and rebuild the Rockaways.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. I'm not quite as young as some of the other guys, but we're all in this together. Baby.
Well, you have a very young voice.
Thank you.
How much of the Rockaways is still unoccupied in that area where you are?
I think that what's happening in this area, and I would say it's about a 10-block radius from Beach 100th Street down to around Beach, maybe 91st, even down into the Beach 80s. And a lot of young people are moving into the area. They're renting, they're buying condos, they're buying up some of the small houses.
That's the Auburn by the Sea, is it not?
Well, I would say that's a whole different keystone to the Rockaways.
But I mean, those people would be patronizing your shops.
Yes, they are, and so I would say that, for instance, my restaurant, we're getting about 90% of the people that are coming in are locals, and by locals I mean those young people that are into surfing. We have a big surfing community. I'm a surfer, and basically we opened this place, to provide really delicious, healthy food, and a place for my surfing friends to hang out, basically. And that's exactly what's going on. And that's true of a lot of the venues in the new venues that are opening now.
Well, I did promise my sister that I would also mention, having nothing to do with business, but the Rockaway Park branch of the library opened up again.
Yeah. And
that's certainly a great place to go for reading material, to meet people, and it's been a long time in opening up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I spoke with your sister Tina as well, and I promised her that we would discuss the opening of the Seaside branch of the library at Beach 116th Street, and that's really a great thing that's coming back to the neighborhood.
Well, I told you, she just raves about your restaurant all the time.
Thank you.
What kind of medical facilities are left in the Rockaways, if any?
Well, that is an issue. Peninsula Hospital closed even prior to the storm with financial woes. That's really what happened. That caused the demise of Peninsula Hospital. So now we're left with one hospital, which is in Far Rockaway, and that's St. John's. And I would really like to see some kind of medical facility come back to Rockaways. I understand that the old courthouse will be a medical clinic, but I don't know exactly what they have in store for that. But it is something that's sorely needed in the Rockaways as well.
Well, it's true, because when someone goes to their doctor, and if they need hospital facilities, I wonder where the doctor would refer them to go.
Yeah, it is a problem, and it's a concern with with people, with the residents of the Rockaways.
Felix.
What is the population of the Rockaways? Do you know? Do you know roughly?
I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I believe it's about 150,000 people from Breezy Point through through the other neighborhoods of Bell Harbor and Rockaway Beach into Far Rockaway.
For any of our listeners, I know that NBC Nightly News is going to be at Breezy tomorrow night to give a live report. I know that WPIX was at Rockaway Rising yesterday, and as soon as I hang up on you, Lily Corcoran's going to give us a report about how things went. I heard it went very well, and I'm very happy for her and the other people who took part.
Yes, I participated in that event as well, and that was really a great event for Rockaway, along with my 8-year-old daughter Maya, who's also a really good little surfer, by the way.
You can't start them too early or too young.
No, not here in the Rockaways. They're born with fins, basically.
That's great.
Yeah.
I remember moving out to the Rockaways when I was 12, and I still have Rockaway sand between my toes. I don't think I'll ever lose that.
No, I think we all will.
How much of the population you think has not returned to the Rockaways?
It's a good question, and I really don't have those figures. I would say that in my neighborhood of Bell Harbor, some of the older people, I think, were really spooked by this storm, and might have left for good, or trying to sell their house, or maybe rented out their house after they fixed it up. I really don't know what the percentage of people who stayed and who left. Yeah. I can tell you that people who are real Rockaway residents and as Mark said, have sand between their toes. We're all about community here, and for instance, I'll never leave the Rockaways. This is pretty much it for life for me. I just love it here, and my family.
Well, when on Facebook they have quite a few Rockaway sites for people, let's say my age, and I'm 65, probably even a little younger, let's say 55 to 60, and almost to a person, they only have positive things to say about their experiences in Rockaway. We all came from Queens, Brooklyn, or the Bronx, but we all consider Rockaway our home, and that's the way it's always going to be. I have a friend who calls up to the show from Hot Springs, Arkansas, and she's a Rockaway person, and she considers herself still a Rockaway person.
Oh, that's great. That's really great.
I tell you, Conrad, I want to thank you very much for calling. I want to give Lily a chance to call back and tell how...
If she calls in, we can just hang up.
She may be waiting for us to get off the phone. I don't know.
I don't think so, because she didn't hear us when she called.
Well, if she's listening, and if she calls, that'll be fine. Meanwhile, we're still talking to Conrad.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to bring up, or tell us what kind of food do you serve in your restaurant?
Yes, your cuisine.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's Central Asian and Uzbek and Russian. So what that means to people who aren't familiar with it, and most people are not familiar with it. It's just really great shish kebabs and very fresh salads. We're farm to table, organic produce when available, and we use produce from a CSA, a community agriculture program that does deliveries on Sunday here to Rockaway from an upstate farm. So we're getting really fresh produce, and we have great meat and fish